Belinda and Harper Audio Australia present this unabridged recording of A Week in September, a story of enduring love from the Burma Railway, written by Peter Rees and Sue Langford and read by James Saunders. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Friedrich Nietzsche. Dedication. To the memory of Scott and Marge Heywood. Their love endured the worst of times in anticipation of the best of times. Preface. Scott Heywood jealously guarded the paper he scrounged to write letters, paper that had to be hidden from guards. The practice carried with it an inherent risk. If the guards discovered the cache, not only would the letters be destroyed, the punishment would be swift and unforgiving. As the months turned into years, the risk grew with the letters' increasing bulk. Even knowing they could not be posted, Scott kept writing. He was a young Australian soldier who had volunteered to go to war, becoming one among the 13,000 Australians who were forced to work as prisoners of war of the Japanese on the infamous Burma Railway, also referred to as the Thai-Burma Railway, during World War II after the surrender of Singapore. Nearly 2,650 Australians died on the railway, 479 of them on the Burma section. So comprehensive are the 389 letters Scott wrote as a POW, among 570 letters in total, that they form a diary of the war as it played out in Malaya and Singapore, and then of Scott's captivity in Burma. Unintended but powerfully buried in the words is an uplifting and optimistic treatise on how to survive in extreme circumstances. At the same time, they are tender messages of love. Hundreds of unsent letters, all addressed to Marge, Scott's young wife, at home nurturing their two young sons in rural Victoria. Scott's experience of captivity in Burma bears an uncanny resemblance to another story, happening 7,000 kilometres away in Europe around the same time. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist, was rounded up with his wife and family and sent to the Auschwitz concentration camp in September 1942. Both Scott Heywood and Viktor Frankl were incarcerated and wrote of their means of surviving, albeit in very different situations. Both had in common the struggle to withstand deprivation and cruelty while living with the ever-present prospect of death. How they did so was uncannily similar. Scott's story would have been like that of many other POWs, men with similar attributes and strategies that helped inoculate them against the effects of bashings, disease, and starvation. And luck, of course, played its hand many times. But what makes Scott's experience unique is that he wrote it down, daily, preserving the immediacy of the moment. Viktor Frankl told his story in his best-selling book, Man's Search for Meaning. Scott Heywood's story has not been told. Until now. Prologue. The news Margery Heywood had longed for leapt out at her from the morning paper. It was the 15th of September, 1945. After years of captivity as prisoners of war, the men of the 8th Division of the 2nd Australian Imperial Force, AIF, were coming home. A photo of diggers at the Yokohama railway station holding a handmade Australian flag said it all. Under the slouch hats were haggard faces, but now they were wearing broad smiles.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?